So towards the end of each interview, I have a series of kind of set questions. These have their own section on YouTube, which I like to kind of link back.
Okay.
Would you be happy to share the best piece of advice you've ever had?
So the best piece of advice. Well, okay. I think, well, the one from my father. Always speak the truth and seek the truth.
No.
And that's very, succinctly said, but I think that works very well. Seek the truth.
Can I ask, when was your father born?
Poland.
No, no,
When?
when?
48, I think.
Okay, because the reason why I think that's even more poignant is that he lived through a more turbulent time.
Yes.
That I think now, in some ways, that we have the internet, that I think the truth is easier, more likely to get out than it did in 1948 or the 70s or the 80s. But I think it's still very true, and it goes back to the deepfake AI conversation of
Yes. Yes, and seek the truth. I think maybe we can look at it as the real meaning of things. Look deeper. I would interpret that this way. Be inquisitive, look for, don't take things for what they look on the surface,
yeah, yeah.
or people, or so kind of at the same time, yes, speak the truth and be genuine. And I think, yeah, so that's one, that's the one I kind of, it stayed with me. Yeah,
No,
and
I
I
think it's
think,
cool. I think it's good. If you were to give advice to your younger self, and you could pick, you at school, you could pick the 10-year-old selling their artwork, you could pick the first business, you could pick the second business, you could pick yourself 6 months ago.
yeah.
If you were to give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Okay, my younger self. If I was giving advice to a younger self in sort of like finishing school, starting my first business, have more faith in yourself and trust what you're doing. Because I was doing all those jumps, but I had an imposter syndrome. I always felt like if you put me on a basketball field and told me, Patrycja, play basketball, I mean, I was the first one like, I'm not playing, because I did not feel it was my thing.
Okay.
So with business, I'm more daring, but still. And then I think if I look at myself later on in later years, um, look at which battles to fight and which to just give up.